Hi, it's your big man on the mic, Daddy Rich, holding it down. And I'm saying you're watching the Griot in me.
So hi everybody, welcome to the Griot in Me channel. My name is Andy Saint-Hilaire, and today I have the pleasure to meet Daddy Rich. How you doing?
Daddy Rich, but thank you very much.
Daddy
How you
Rich.
doing? Yeah.
I'm very happy to see you.
Happy to see you too, my man.
I hope we're gonna have a great conversation, and then
we will
let the people know more about you.
Yes, we will.
So please introduce yourself.
It's so weird doing it on this side of the room. Like it's just, I'm on the wrong side. I should be on that side because I'm interviewing people every day. But my name is.
I'm on the right. I'm on the wrong.
You're the right side now, but I mean, I'm so used to being on the opposite side when I do interviews. I'm Daddy Rich, local DJ, MC, host. I've been doing everything in the city back in the days of Ottawa, the urban scene. When Ottawa was like this small for the urban scene, and we're trying to make it bigger. So there's a lot of local MCs who came by my show, Belly, Masari, some of the names that came by my show or who moved up in the industry. Yeah.
So usually I ask people what were your first impression of the city, but as I understand, you were born here.
Yes, his question was when did you come to Canada? So
Yeah.
I came to Canada when I was born in 1977 as a young little kid from a Jamaican mom and a Dominican dad. It's a little small island called Dominica. So if you guys don't know where it is, yeah. So I started at a young age and got into music. My mom used to play a lot of gospel and soul music in the house and everything like that, and reggae, lots of reggae. And I got into music, and I remember when I was 6 years old, buying my first Michael Jackson album in
Which
Canada.
one was it?
It was Thriller, and I bought that album when I was a kid. I was at the Bayshore Mall back in the days, and I bought it, and I took it home, and I called my little friend up the street, and we both put it on, and we just listened to it the whole day through. So that was my first experience in Canada and first experience in music-wise.
So you are known as Daddy Rich,
Yeah.
the DJ, the host. Tell us about your job. What do you love about?
Right now I'm at I do many jobs, but right now I'm at CHUO 89.1. I'm a volunteer there. I do an on-air show called the Morning Shift between Monday to Fridays. And I like it because it's just me. Ever since I got into radio, it's just about me reaching out to people. I love music, so I get to play the music I like, and that was the urban scene. And it's just being part of the community, breaking new artists, doing lots of local artists, but just having a good time with the people out there. Radio was my first love, and I remember watching all these movies like Good Morning Vietnam. That was one of the movies. Good Morning Vietnam. And that was like one of my favorite movies. Pump Up the Volume about underground radio stations. So that got me into it. And then once again, the hip hop. Like Ottawa didn't really have much of a hip hop scene when I started. When I was a kid, it was there. We used to watch much music to find our hip hop. We used to tape it at night. Just to get and it used to come out at weird times. You get the time it just right, and you go to someone's house and you're watching much music, a Rap City, and that's where we got a hip hop fan. And I remember I used to have relatives in the NY, so I used to go up to New York all the time. I used to come back with like mixtapes of Biggie and all those things. I have them like rocking in my cassette. If you know what a cassette is, a little cassette player. You kids have like iPods and phones and stuff like that.
Yeah, the young people watching us might not know what a cassette is.
Cassette, no.
No, they all have the music, like thousands of music inside of the phone right now.
Yeah.
So that's one of the changes that we saw during time. But you personally, what changes have you saw in the Ottawa music industry from when you started to now?
I started in 97 at CKCU 93.1 on the FM dial. That's where I met my wife. And love you. And changes artists nowadays. There's a bigger, like I'm noticing now that the community for local artists is growing more than it was back in the days. Back in the days, there were a lot of local artists, but it's just the time they had to put into go to a studio, getting that beat made, doing this and doing this. Now most of these artists do all their music from home, you know, and then even then they get some of their beats made from like from across the world now, because the art, like a producer will hear their track and like, oh, I like that. Okay, I'll send you a beat, and they will use that beat, go to a studio or do it from themselves at home, edit everything, and just do it. So the community it's bigger now than it was before, because the technology now is easier to have it at your home, easier to do it instead of going to a studio, you know, waiting, trying to make time, trying to get your other boys in there. You can do everything from home. Your boy can even actually do his rhymes over the phone, and you can just edit that and you put it together and you have your track and you have it out the next day. Now there's not even there's nowhere making albums anymore. It's all about singles. If a person can make a single, then they can make money off that. So with local stuff in Ottawa, the whole thing has changed from when the local artists back in days did their stuff. Now it's easier for them to get connected with producers, get connected with other rappers, and just come in. And then you have social media now too. So they have like YouTube for promotion wise, Instagram, Facebook. Most old people on that now. TikTok. That's new. So social media is really blowing up for them. So when back in the days when the hip hop artists, maybe we got Facebook, but not really. The social media wasn't there. When you had to throw an event or a party, you had to literally go outside and pass out flyers to people in the cold. And I remember my hands used to freeze when I had to do events and stuff like that. And now they can just go online, post a posters. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, you're done. So that's a big change.
Okay, cool. So you were born here, but you're still from immigrant parents.
Yes, I'm the first. Yeah, I'm still black. Yeah.
Yeah. So what challenge did you face from being an immigrant child? Let's say that like that, and how did you overcome them?
First thing, I was talking a lot of Jamaican when I was a kid. I remember I had to go into bilingual classes where they will take away my Jamaican heritage. So instead of me saying tree is for three, I instead of saying three, I say tree, or instead of saying this is mine, this is my one, and all this. So they taught me how to become more Canadian, and so I lost all my Jamaican. I still have it.
Yeah,
like,
you
still patois. You know, you come out once in a while, right? But it's like I used to be when I was a kid, because my mom was straight off the boat. Now her patois is kind of, you know, it's like watered down patois now too. But it was straight off the boat, so I found a tape of me as a baby, and my mom was talking. I couldn't even understand what she was saying, because it was like hard Jamaican. So it changed you when you learn to keep your immigration, your Jamaican status, or wherever country you're from status, because you have your friends who are Jamaican. You joke about them, because we joke about how we used to get beats by our parents, you know, like, you know, because the parents used to beat you, not like abuse, blood, or anything like that, but they used to. My mom used to take a switch and, you know,
learn your homework.
Yeah, you learn real quick not to do something, and then she used to say, "I'll give you something to cry about." Yeah. So that's the most favorite line, and he's like. And you're like trying not to cry.
And
so
when you're crying, they tell you to stop crying.
Yeah,
and then ask you to hurt.
I'll give you something to cry. So you bump into other people, other Jamaicans, other West Indians who have the same culture, and you try to get unite, you know, bind with them. So but it was very hard when you first started because I was maybe the one black kid in my class at the time when I was growing up. Maybe have like another black kid come up or whatever. But as I get to junior high and high school, that's when we started getting our communities together. We started doing more events. You see the guy come with the ghetto blaster into school, start playing music and everything. We're playing dominoes at lunchtime and everything. We're trying to get our culture in, right? So, yeah.
What advice would you give to people that might face challenges about the fact that they are immigrants, and how to overcome them? If you had to give an advice to those young people watching us.
If you're coming into the country, as any country, you look at your positivity, that you're blessed to be here, because most of the part of the world there's harder than, well, if you even go back to Jamaica, it's harder to do things in Jamaica because there's lots of poverty. In Canada, you have many ways to support yourself. Just more or less try to work hard. Never give up. Remember, education's always the goal. Once you have education, you can go farther than anything. That's your key. Learn something. Learn to be an interviewer like him. Learn to be a photographer behind the camera who's doing his work right now. There's always something you can learn to make you strong and make you powerful. But knowledge is the power that makes you stronger.
Great. So, what has life taught you about yourself and others? Like, you've been growing up in the city, you've worked in the public sphere. What did you learn?
So started at CKCU in '97 as a co-op student, and it taught me a lot. It taught me how to be an interviewer like you, how to do research, how to connect with different people. Because you never know what you're gonna get when you walk into an interview. You could be a guy, very happy guy, and then the next time you'd be like a guy very upset. So you have to learn how to balance everything out. But it taught me when I used to work at CKCU. There was different people in the community. Like there wasn't only hip hop. There was like rock and roll. There was country. There was this. So I learned to take from each genre that I was at the station, and each genre have a person that I can talk to, and we kind of bonded on the music wise. So by working at CKCU or by volunteering at CKCU, it got me to open my mind to new different things, experience different people, and just have a different mind state for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't always blocked off. Now I'm open to new ideas, because once you have that only this way or that way, then you would never move forward because you were stuck in that way. If you have an open mentality or mental state, then you will move forward in your life.
How long have you been in the radio field?
It was almost 18 years at CKCU. I was one of the first urban shows there when hip hop was just starting. So 18 years there, and I took a break and back at CHUO right now. So almost 30 years or more.
Okay, so it's been a while that you're in that field. Yeah. So what keeps you motivated? What inspires you to wake up every morning in life in general? If it's a person.
Well, what keeps me going in the morning time is coffee. But I don't know. Like I just get up. I have to have that positivity that I'm hoping that I'm doing something different in the world, like making a change in the world. So when I get up to do a radio show at CHO, I'm going in to give something positive to the people out there that normally they're going to be going through a hard day, like especially in the morning time when you're getting up and you're like, oh geez, I have to go to work. And so I try to give them a joy that they can go in and have great music, great discussion, and have a fun time.
Okay. You said that you are hoping to make a change. If there's one thing that you could change in the city, what would it be?
Light rail. No, I'm joking. The one thing I do make a change in the city. Try to open up more for the kids out there. There's not much. Even when I was growing up, I feel like there wasn't much to do in Ottawa. It feels like a little small. Technically, if you want to pace Ottawa's like it's a university town / government town. So technically it's a small town. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of things that we can do more. Like I have an idea of maybe doing a couple of R&B nights coming up. Do more stuff just to get the youth out there, working, entertaining, and having fun. Once you get the youth into something positive, they will stay away from the negative stuff. Mm-hmm. And like when I was growing up, there was a group called Harambee. It was a multicultural African group that I took time to hang out with, and it made me a better person, got me away from the stuff that I was doing in the past. Mom. love you, and make me look like Idris nowadays. So
He actually looked like Idris Elba. And if you think so, leave a comment behind this video. We want to know under the video. So
yeah,
people here in the office think you look like Idris Elba.
and my wife would disagree with that, but
She disagrees?
she hates every time I'm walking around. People say you look like. I was so funny. I was at Tim Hortons picking up a coffee, and I'm driving up, and the guy's like, I have to say something. I don't know if you. I hate that. I'm not being rude, but you kind of look like Idris Elba. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So.
Have you ever acted on it and said like, yeah, I know?
No, I gotta get a British accent, but no,
get a British accent. And yes, I am British.
No, I never do. I wish I had that Idris. I wish I had his Idris body right now, but no, I never act on that. So
Idris body and Idris money would have been good, I think.
Yeah. He's a DJ too, actually.
Yeah, that's why you look like Idris Elba.
Yeah, he's a DJ too.
So if you think he looks like Idris, leave a comment under that video. We want to know your opinion.
Don't listen to that.
I like Idris. We're trying to make something out of it. So another question, you said that you want to keep the youth from doing the negative stuff.
Yeah, like there was a lot of shootings recently in Ottawa. One of my friends passed away from shooting, and it's just because I feel that kids don't have the outlet to actually create stuff. You know what I'm saying? They take a lot from the school. Music programs are taken out of the school. There's a lot of stuff that they take away from the students, from the kids, I should say. If you give them more opportunity to do fun things, then I think that will get them away from doing the not good things right now. Like by giving them more opportunities to get into like radio or into music or into sports or anything like that, that will give them the opportunity to be positive in their lives and show something strong.
Do you think that they are aware of everything that's going on in the city for them to stay out of the street? Like,
yes. They're yes and no. Like I don't like I watch TV on a regular basis. I'm watching Masked Singer. My wife hates that show. But I watch TV on a regular basis, and I don't see much thing out there for youth per se. Like I hear there's a couple events, Black History Month, you see it all the time. You see, oh, Black History Month. But now I really don't see much.
Cool.
So.
But let's hope that in the future they'll see more and they will have more activities.
Yeah, well, like this thing you guys doing right now, this is very positive. I can see you guys once you guys get more on the roll, I can see you guys bring students in to help out with you guys and do some more events and stuff like that. So
yeah, hopefully. And then you mentioned that our doors are always open.
Yeah,
and
not closed like it now. No, closed open.
Yeah, our doors are always open, and you can always come and volunteer with us because we are always looking for volunteers. And if you have archives and people you want to archive, you can always submit them to us. So, Daddy Rich, a griot in the West African world, actually, it's somebody that tell stories to pass to the next generation, to make sure that the tradition or the way that a country have doesn't die over time. You know?
Yeah.
So how important it is that we have within our community Griot to tell the youth how life was or is.
Yeah.
For the next generation. How important is that?
It's very important. People learn from history. History is something if you learn from, you won't repeat again. If we like you guys do right now, keeping the archive of just the Black music right now, for me, I guess, they will learn that it wasn't easy. Like honestly, truly, there were some days that I couldn't play a certain song because it was played on much music. I'm like, but it's not played on regular radio or anything like that. So it was like fights for that. I remember I did an interview with for CKCU for Maxi Priest, and I had to wait I was like 18. I had to wait almost 2 hours after the concert to get an interview with him. And I had to sit there. I didn't even know how I'm gonna get home because the buses stopped running. So I was like sitting there waiting, and I was like certain nervous, like Maxi Priest. Mm-hmm. And then I went through a lot throughout my time at CKCU, and it's just learning. It's learning. I learned from Junior Smith from CKCU how he got into radio. and it's all about learning and passing on. Like with this thing, with this right now, is you're giving knowledge to the youth right now, so they can see where they can go into the future. Maybe in 20 years from now, like, this would be a big thing, and people looking back at us sitting here talking. We're old men, and we're, oh, remember when we didn't have radio and all that stuff. So, like when I first started, we didn't have cell phones that could take pictures. So all the concerts I went to, I had to bring like one of those portable cameras to take photos and everything like that. So June's like, "Do you have photos of yourself?" I'm like, "We didn't have photos back in those days." But yeah, it's just with knowledge give power, and learning about the past will give you the knowledge and everything like that.
Listen, it was very nice sitting here talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I want to tell people watching us, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment under the video. Yeah. Daddy Rich, I give you the final word. You can say whatever you want.
Just have a blessed time in your life. Always, once again, knowledge is power. Always try to learn. You're never too old to learn. And just go on and have a blessed day.
Thank you. So today, that was Daddy Richie. My name is Andy. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. Bye.